Technology and memory. Thanks to the internet and the widespread availability of personal electronics, there has been a historic increase in the amount of information available to the public. There is a concern that this deluge of information is physically restructuring our brain and negatively impacting our cognitive abilities. Technological advancement is taking place at a blinding speed and shows little to no signs of slowing down anytime soon. What are the ultimate effects and possible ramifications of technology, especially on our mental well-being? A growing body of research has shed light on the fact that technology may affect our brains, especially our memories, in unexpected ways. Even though the human brain has a remarkable capacity for holding data, the overwhelming amount of information we come into contact with online makes it increasingly difficult to sort and retain new data. In other words, information overload is making it harder to the brain to remember what it saw. Productivity expert Tony Schwarzwald explained this phenomenon with the example of a glass of water that is continuously having more water poured into it. According to him, we are constantly losing the information that has just come in. We are constantly replacing it, and there is no place to hold what you have already gotten. Technology is also creating an unprecedented number of distractions. Smartphones, laptops, and table PCs have made it much easier for us to bring the distractions of the internet with us into more places. And it is believed that such distractions interfere with forming memories. MIT researchers have isolated a neural circuit that assists the brain in constructing long-term memories. And they found that the circuit does its job much more effectively when the brain is paying active attention to a single subject. According to Sally S. Tan of the Memory Disorders Clinic at Beth Israel Deacon's Medical Center, it is hard for a person to retrieve information from memory that were formed while that person was distracted. The memories formed in this situation are weak and thus fade away quickly. For example, we will most likely not remember the details of a movie that we watched while we were simultaneously texting our friends because memories formed in such an environment tend to be fleeting. Additionally, some studies show that people are less likely to remember a new piece of information if they are aware that they will have digital access to it. Anyone who has access to the internet can find almost any information they wish with just a few clicks and a couple of scrolls. One consequence of such easy access to information is that people seem to have developed a tendency to use the internet as a replacement for mental storage space and no longer find it important to use brain power for remembering some things themselves. Scientists believe that with less practice remembering, our brains are becoming less capable of making strong and vivid memories. Research into the effects of technology on the brain also indicates that technology is causing the brain of today's teenagers to develop differently than the brains of previous generations. Young people today spend hours switching back and forth between websites, computer programs, and visual media. The brain adapts based on the data it receives from the body, such as auditory or visual information. So teenagers' brains are being trained to reach for useful information rapidly while switching between various sources of data. However, this quickly shifting causes the brain to refocus every time the data source changes. The constant need to refocus on a new data source could be contributing to a rapid reduction in teenagers' attention spans. Even some technologies that are believed to be beneficial to learning may have a negative effect on memory. For instance, many students believe that the use of laptops in university classes is beneficial because it allows them to record information quickly during university lectures. However, when a study was performed with college students to determine whether it was more effective to take notes on a laptop or on paper, researchers found that the students who took notes by hand performed better on tests than those who used laptops. The researchers conclude that writing by hand provides the brain with more time to process the given information, allowing a more in-depth comprehension of data and higher retention rate. Now, please read the passage below. When you're done reading, click on the View Question button to solve the related summary question. Okay, let's do it. Directions and introductory sentence for a brief summary of the passage is provided below. Complete the summary by selecting 3 answer choices that expresses the most important ideas in the passage. Some sentences do not belong in the summary because they express ideas that are not represented in the passage or are minor details in the passage. Drag and drop your answer choices to the spaces below. Click on an answer choice if you would like to remove it. This question is worth 2 points. Now, research suggests that the expressive technology might be harming our memory. The distractions created by technology make it harder for the brain to form long-term memories. Okay, complete the summary by selecting 3 answer choices. Okay? Some sentences do not belong in the summary because they express ideas that are not represented in the passage. Okay. The number of distractors around us has increasingly with the advance of technology. The availability of different sources of data affects the attention spans of teenagers. Yes, that's another one. The brain constantly replaces old information with new information when distracted. The tendency of people to rely on the convenience of the internet has made remembering things less important for them. This could be good. Okay, the use of laptops during lectures enables the students to process information swiftly. Okay, that's it. Let's check the answers. Let's check the answers. Oh, yes, I'm okay. The distractions created by technology make it harder for the brain to form long-term memories. That's correct. A, D, the tendency of people to rely on convenience of the internet has made remembering things less important to them. E, the availability of different sources of data affects the attention span of teenagers. Really good, mate. This is the way to go.